Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we're looking at Tracy Evans' brand new stamp sets. She's gone off on her own rather than being with another company. So it's Tracy Evans Boutique Designs. And this is TE4 with this lovely flower. So what I'm going to do is I have got just a piece of 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 because I'm going to mat it. And I have cut out one of these lovely flowers and I've coloured it in, which is going to go there. But I want to put another one in behind, and I'm not going to cut that one out. I want it on its own. So I'm just going to, let's just take it out carefully. And I'm just going to put the flower in. So I want this flower to come up on the top part. So we've got a bit of dimension, but we've got a little bit of layering, shall we say. Okay, so I always use VersaFine, and this is the Onyx Black. I can use VersaFine Clair, which I use sometimes, but I like, oh, that was obviously sitting on the shelf waiting to come down as I tap that. Okay, so we're going to take this one. Oh, don't think I've inked that centre of that flower very well. It's better. Okay, so I need to put this in. It's going to come up in on the top here. So I'm just going to put it in like that and give it a nice press and allow the ink to just soak in. Don't have to do it very much because the stamps are just so beautiful. And then this is going to come in underneath like that. Okay, so that's perfect. I think I've got a little speckle on there actually, which is fine. It doesn't matter. By the time we've coloured it in, it won't show, but I've got a little, can you see on here? Yes, I have. I've obviously got a little piece of fluff or something like that on the top, which has just left that little speckle in there. But as I say, once I've coloured it, you're not going to notice it. In fact, I might even take the flower up just a little bit so that it can cover one of these, can cover, look at that, there we go. That will cover that bit perfectly. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to colour in this one. And I'm going to colour it slightly different from this. This was done with alcohol markers. I'm going to colour this one in with my Inktense pencils. And I want to just get the lid off of these. So I want something which is going to be pink. So I'm going to have to use red and white to give me my pink. So what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm just going to take this all over in the white. You can't see this, but it just gives me, it'll give me the pink colour that I want. And it's not going to be the same as this one, but I don't want it to be the same. So I'm just taking this all over in that. And then I'm just going to take a few little bits in like this, because then once I use my water pen, which is here, it should just, there we go. Can you see how that's giving me a pink? I only want to do it just quite gently. I don't want too much water on it, so I'm just turning it round, but it gives that lovely sort of just pale look behind, which is what we want. We don't want anything too bright, but this just gives a little bit of colour on here. Now I'm not oversaturating the paper because this is quite thin. It's beautiful for stamping on because it's very, very smooth, but it's not the brightest, so I don't really want to have too much in there. Now we're going to have a yellow in on the centre to just colour that in like that, and I don't even need to add any water if I don't want to. I think I might just add just a little bit. Okay, so that's given me the look that I want, because that's quite pale and I don't want it to be over. Can you see how that then just works in underneath? So that's given me that colour. Just put my pencils away, and then what I want to do with, put them up in there. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to do some things in the background. So I've cut out a stencil just to help mask it, and what I want to do is just for this flower, so I can put that in like that, and I want to take some of these words. So what have we got? Each day is a treasure. I quite like that. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put this onto a block like that. Try and get it relatively straight. Easy way to get it so that it doesn't bend is to put it down first and then pick it up. And I'm going to take, I want to take a different colour for the words, and I'm thinking of going really, I was going to say really bright, but then I don't know whether I'm going to be that daring or not. I think I am actually. So I'm going to take the VersaFine Clair, and this is the Verdant. So it's a really bright, almost limey green, but I just want this to come in. So I want the words to come in like this down on the side. Okay, that's going to work perfectly like that. And then what I can do is to just take it down, because if you notice where my flower is going to go, it's going to be coming in. Right, so I can take that off, and that obviously comes behind, which is quite nice. And then I've got this flower which can come in over the top like this, and then I can have the words coming down on the side. So again, it's quite simple, but it looks really quite pretty, because sometimes, you know, you don't want to overdo things. You want to do something which is not quite as in your face, as it were. Okay, so I've done that on that side, so I've got no colouring or anything else on there, which is fine. I'm going to keep this because then that will be my mask. And then we've got Each Day is a Treasure, which I kind of like. I think that's quite a nice one. And then I'm going to take, and I've cut some of these out already because I really like the idea of having some of these already cut out. And I've cut out this bird, which I just really like. This is on the other one, so I've cut a couple of the birds out, and I think I want to have a bird in here like that, and I want to have a big sentiment. Now I wonder if I've got another spring. I really love the word spring, but I don't know whether I've got any left actually. I might have. I'm looking through my pot, that's why I'm sorry, off camera. I'm going to have to stamp another spring, I think. So we're going to put this one in on here, and that's going to come in so it can cover up my little sort of bit of boo-boo. And I can put this on here. I'll just take that out. Okay, so I can put this, so I'm just going to take it like that. So I just have that in there, and I can rotate it so it comes down like that. Okay, so I've got that one on top and that one underneath, which is fine. and then the little bird is going to come down in this corner because we haven't got anything in on that bit. So I'm just going to put the little bird in here. Now I could put these up with dimensionals, foam tape, anything to sort of rise them up. However, because I post a lot of my cards and postage is very expensive if you get it just a little bit higher, I'm just going to make sure my little bird's straight. Just going to put him in like that so he can come in the bottom, which I think is quite nice. Okay, now I want to have something going across the top, and I think I'm going to use a spring or something like that on there because I want it to come. I want some quite big words, I think, on here to just add some extra. So let me just grab my, which is always in on this one. There we are. This is probably one of my favourite ones of Tracy's, which is the seasons, because it's always lovely to put seasons in. So this is going to be, it's definitely going to be spring because we're in spring, but it means that you can just add, you know, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Great for Christmas cards, as you saw that I was doing. You can always do months as well, but I love the fonts on these. These are really sort of like, you know, old typewriter type letters. They're not all exact. They're just perfect for me and my styling. So let's move this out of the way. I need to do this in some black. So let's just stamp this out. Don't think I can get, can I get 3 in here? Probably. Whee. If I'd stamped that properly, I could have got another one. I could have got 4 in, so that was my bad stamping. Let's just put that there for now. I'm going to take this one, but it means I've got another 2 already that I can just put in on one side. So let's just take this like that. That like that. I think I'm going to have that straight in across the top there. Okay, so we're going to put this in here, and that's going to come like that across there, a little bit further down, I think. And again, I'm just gluing it. My glue out. So there's quite a bit of white space and stuff on here, but by the time we've finished, it's a lot of it's going to go. So I'm just going to put this in on here, sort of part way through, so that can come in like that. Okay, so that's the start. Now we need to just add some bits to bring it all together. So I'm getting my, and I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have Posca pens. So I'm getting these Posca pens out. Now these are just a multitude of colours. So what I want to do to start off with is I want to take this round the edge of here. So we're going to take this round to just give it a border. And you can make the border a bit bigger by just turning round and doing it off with a ruler, so you have a wider border. But I quite like doing it once it's down, because as long as you follow your edge, it just brings it all together. Okay, so that's popped that out a bit more, which is good. Then I want to do, and I'm going to take my thicker pen to do this, because that gives me my edge, and I'm doing that in black as well. So again, just give it a little shake. Take this out and I can do the edge. I'm mounting it as well, but I still want to have the edge done because it just finishes it off. So that's in black. And this is how you turn something that's fairly simple. You start bringing it together a bit by just adding these little details, which will take it from being very simple to just tying it all together. Okay, so that's given, woo, I've got a little bit of a, moved my finger on there, but never mind. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just going to give this a wipe so I don't smudge it anymore. There we go. Okay, so I just need to, that's in like that. And now we just want some splatters. Now, because I've done it with pink, I want to coordinate some of my splatters. So I'm taking this pink one, and I'm going to do that with the pink. So can you see on the side that looked very plain with not much going on? Put some splatters like this in, and you've got the colour coming through straight away. And that's filled in that edge, which wouldn't have happened. And then I'm going to do some black, because pink and black together work really nicely. And again, if it's not coming out as much as it should do, if you just give a little bit of, I think this is probably not, that's better. Can you see how that's coming out more? There we go. And that then gives a really nice look to it. And then all I need to do is to find a matte. And what I might do is do a matte in a pink. I'm just looking to see what colours I've got. I might have to cut this one down because I think it's a little bit, oh, it might be okay. There we go. Now you see, if you put, it does need to be cut down a bit, but if you put that as the matte, it then ties it all in together and makes a really pretty card. Very simply done with only just a few elements. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.